The following podcast contains material originally broadcast in the 1940s and reflects the cultural attitudes and language of its time, which may be considered offensive and inappropriate by today's standards. We acknowledge that the language used in this episode may cause discomfort to some listeners. This episode is presented for historical context, and we encourage critical reflection on the evolution of media and the importance of inclusivity and respect in modern storytelling. Listener discretion is advised.
The following is transcribed.
Welcome to Condensed Bat-Supe! Now with 66% fewer superheroes than our regular podcast, which makes Condensed Bat-Supe even less nutritious, but still just as delicious. We're featuring episodes of The Adventures of Superman without the Caped Crusaders. Tie on your capes for lots of baseball, plenty of infighting, and spiteful scapegoating galore. In this edition of Condensed Bat-Supe, we begin one of the most famous and consequential Superman stories of all time with Chapter 1 of The Clan of the Fiery Cross, as originally broadcast on June 10th, 1946.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman. Today we begin a brand new story, a story of baseball and the discovery of a menace that will lead Superman and his friends through many dangerous adventures.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, have you heard about the 18-carat breakfast dish that sparkles with sunny cheerfulness? It's Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Yes, sir, Pep sure is a jewel of a treat, so sunny and golden you can hardly wait to start eating. That tender crispness gives you the old come-on, too. And when you do pitch in, what a flavor, a catchy flavor, a sunny golden toasted flavor, a top-notch royal flavor that your appetite can really latch onto. Believe me, gang, Kellogg's Pep sure is on the sunbeam when it comes to teasing your taste. Why, you wouldn't think of stopping until you've polished your bowl clean as a whistle, which is always a smart idea because Pep is good for you. And nowadays, it's particularly smart because the cereal grains have been picked out to help give good nourishment to fellows and girls overseas. So, gang, get hep to Kellogg's Pep. When Mom brings Pep home from the grocer's, make sure there's no waste at your house. If you pour your own Pep, pour it carefully and eat up every bit you pour out. Pass the word along to the rest of your family, too. Remember, eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
Now, The Adventures of Superman.
It is late afternoon. Superman, in his guise of Clark Kent, the mild-mannered reporter, is in a taxicab en route to cover an important newspaper story. He is accompanied by cub reporter Jimmy Olsen, who, as manager of the Unity House baseball team, has been given permission to leave the office early in order to attend practice. Listen.
We won our last two games while you were out of town, Mr. Kent.
Oh, fine.
And if we win tomorrow, we'll be in the finals for the boys' championship in Metropolis.
Hey, that's great, Jim. Sounds like you're a top-notch manager.
Oh, no. Any manager could win with Tommy Lee on his team.
Who?
Tommy Lee, our pitcher. Boy, he's got everything. Speed, sweet curve, change of pace. He's terrific.
Wait a minute. Last time you were telling me about the team, your pitcher was a boy named Riggs, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, Chuck Riggs. That was before Tommy Lee moved into the neighborhood and joined Unity House.
Oh?
When Tommy showed us how he could throw that old baseball, Chuck had to move over.
Oh, it was kind of tough on Chuck, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. But if Tommy's a better pitcher, he deserves the job, doesn't he?
Oh, yes, of course. All other things being equal.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, baseball is a team game, Jim. To be a good team, all the players must be willing to work together. That's what teamwork means.
Oh, Tommy cooperates. He's a swell kid. Everybody likes him. That is, everybody did like him until...
Until what?
Well, I don't like to say it, but Chuck Riggs is a bit of a sorehead. He didn't like getting moved down to number 2 pitcher, and... Well, he's been trying to turn some of the guys against Tommy. I've had to crack down on him a couple of times.
Oh?
Oh, but I can handle him, though. Hey, we're coming to the Unity House ball field. Stop at the next corner, please, driver. You're coming to the game tomorrow, aren't you, Mr. Kent?
You bet. I'll be there with bells on.
Swell. Well, here's where I leave you. Thanks for the ride.
Oh, you're welcome, Jim. Good luck.
Hey, what's going on here? Break it up. Break it up, I said. Come on now, Tommy. Chuck, cut out that fighting. Break it up.
Let go, Jim. I'm going to fix this guy.
That's what you think. I said lay off, Chuck. You too, Tommy. Now, what's this all about?
Tommy was asking for a poke on the nose.
You mean you were? You've been trying to pick a fight with me ever since I got on the team.
You're a liar.
Don't call me a liar.
Cut it out, both of you. Muggs,
Yeah, Jim.
I thought you were in charge of the team when I wasn't here. Is this the way you run things?
They were belting each other before I could stop them.
What were they fighting about?
Oh, Chuck was riding Tommy all afternoon.
I was
You
not.
be quiet, Chuck. Go on, Muggs.
Well, when Tommy said Chuck called him a dirty name, and they went at it.
What did he call you, Tommy?
What's the difference? I can take care of myself.
I didn't call him nothing, that dirty...
Skip it. Now, look, Chuck. You've been acting like a sorehead ever since Tommy got to be our number 1 pitcher.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't start this fight.
I didn't say you did, but I'm telling you this for the last time. This is a ball club, and everybody on it has got to work together. The guy who won't cooperate gets fired off the team. You get that?
What are you picking on me for? Tell her to Tommy.
That goes for everybody. There's going to be no more fighting around here. Got an important game tomorrow, and everybody's got to pull together. You understand?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Batting practice now, so up to the cage. You pitch, Tommy.
Okay, Jim.
Come on, everybody, hustle. Up on your toes. Let's play ball.
Not till you move back from the plate, Chuck.
What do you mean, move back? I'm in the pitcher's box.
You're leaning halfway over the plate. I might hit you with a close one.
You're putting it the side of a barn. Go on, pitch.
Okay, he's asking for it, Tommy boy. Dust him off.
No, I might hit him, Muggs. Move back, Chuck. Go on.
I'm standing right here where I'm supposed to. Why don't you admit you're just afraid I'll knock the ball over the fence and make you look bad, you yellow punk?
Why, you...
Hold it, Tommy. Didn't you hear me say there wasn't going to be any more fighting?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jim. But look how he's crowding the plate. I don't want to hit him.
Get back, Chuck. You get hit at your own fault. Go ahead and pitch, Tommy.
Okay, you're the boss, Jim.
Come on, quit stalling and pitch.
Come on, look at that. Hey, boy. Here she comes. Look out, Chuck. Attaboy, Tommy boy. Missed that one by a mile.
I was off balance. I won't miss the next one.
Go on. Let's show him, Tommy boy.
Nice
right
curve,
now.
Tommy.
Look, will you please get back from the plate, Chuck?
No, I won't. Pitch, you yellow banana.
Cut that out, Chuck. Go ahead, Tommy.
Okay.
Come on, let's have it.
Pitch right to me, Tommy boy. Right down the old eye. This guy can't hit a balloon. If he comes, look out, Chuck.
Oh, gosh. I beamed him. He didn't step back.
He dropped like a log. Come on.
We'll return in a moment for the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
You know, gang, Monday is a red letter day on the Superman show because that's when we bring out a brand new Pep Dish of the Week, a tricky new way to dress up your breakfast dish of Kellogg's Pep. So, are you ready for the big announcement? Well, here goes. This week's Pep Dish of the Week is a strawberry doubleheader. That sounds good, huh? Yeah, it's a honey. Listen, pour half your serving of Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal, in the bottom of your bowl. Then pour on a layer of crushed, fresh strawberries. Add the rest of your Pep and put on a double topper of a few big ripe berries that you've saved out. Then milk and sugar, and that's a strawberry doubleheader. Sure makes a hit with your morning appetite. Kellogg's Pep does things for fruit, you know. It's crisp and it's crunchy and tender and loaded with its own full, sparkling sunshine flavor. Why, Pep is such a smooth dish, you're busy spooning it up until you've finished off every last delicate flake. And that's the hep thing to do, especially nowadays when the cereal grains are being sent to fellows and girls overseas. Keep that in mind when Mom brings Kellogg's Pep home from the grocer's. Pour your Pep carefully and polish off all you pour out. That's important, gang. Eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
A few minutes ago, Chuck Riggs, deposed pitcher on the Unity House baseball team, was beaned by Tommy Lee while deliberately crowding a plate in batting practice. Jimmy Olsen, Tommy, and Muggs revived the boy with water. Now, in the locker room, Chuck is tying his street shoes as Jimmy, Tommy, and Muggs stand by.
How does your head feel, Chuck? Okay, I guess.
You're lucky I wasn't killed leaning halfway over the plate like a dope.
I wasn't leaning over the plate.
Yeah,
Yes, you
was,
were.
too.
I was not. Tommy beaned me on purpose.
He didn't, and you know it.
Of course he knows it. He's just talking like a sawhead.
Okay, you guys can stand up for that punk if you want. But wait till you see what happens.
What do you mean?
What's gonna happen?
You'll find out. And so will he.
Now, look, Chuck, it was an accident. I'm sorry. Let's shake hands.
That's the way to talk, Tommy. Well, go on, Chuck. Shake hands with him.
Me shake hands with him? Heh, nothing doing.
Why have all those sawheads for 2 cents?
Wait, Muggs. Chuck, you were warned to step back, and you didn't. So what happened was your fault. Now, be a nice guy, admit it, and shake hands with Tommy.
No, I won't shake hands with him.
Okay, then. That makes you a bum loser and a sorehead, and you don't belong on the team. You're fired.
Okay, I'm fired. But I'll get you for this, Jim Olsen. And I'll get Tommy, too. You'll see.
Furious, Chuck Riggs stalks from the locker room, mounts his bicycle, and rides home. As he dismounts at the small garage behind his house, he is met by his uncle, a tall, powerfully built man who regards him sharply.
What's the matter with you, Chuck?
Oh, me? Nothing, Uncle Matt.
Nothing, And what's that big lump doing on your forehead? Were you fighting?
No, sir.
Don't lie to me, Chuck.
I'm not lying. A kid beaned me with a baseball.
Beamed you? Who did it?
Oh, just one of the kids on the team. It was an accident, I guess.
You guess.
Well, I guess I was kind of crowding the plate in batting practice. I was pretty sore at this kid, Tommy Lee, because he beat me out for number 1 pitcher on the
Wait
team.
a minute. What's the kid's name?
Lee. Tommy Lee. He's a pretty good pitcher.
Did this Lee kid just move into the neighborhood about a month ago?
That's right. You know him?
Well, if he's the one I think he is, his father just got appointed to the health department as a bacteriologist.
I don't know what that is, but the new mayor just did appoint him to the health department. I heard Tommy telling Jim Olsen and Muggs about it.
Yeah, he's the one then. Say, this works out just fine.
What does, Uncle Matt?
This Lee boy beating you with a baseball gives me just the angle I've been looking for. Now look, Chuck, and listen carefully.
Huh?
This kid deliberately hit you on the head with a baseball, see? He was trying to kill you.
No, he wasn't. I told you how it happened.
He was trying to kill you, I say. I know this boy, and I know his father. They're bad.
Gee whiz, Uncle
Now,
Matt.
you listen to what I say. They're dangerous, Chuck, these people. Unless we do something about this now, they'll go even further than beating you just the next time.
Gosh, why? Tommy already got my position on the team. He don't want
Now,
nothing
you
else.
listen to me, Chuck, and remember what I have to say. When Tommy Lee beamed you today, it wasn't any accident. He did it on purpose, do you understand?
Well, gee, I didn't think so, but maybe...
He did it on purpose, I tell you. He was afraid you'd win back your position on the team, so he wanted to get you out of the way. Now, you remember that.
Okay, Uncle Matt.
Yes, now one other thing. There's Jim Olsen you mentioned. Didn't you tell me he was the manager of the Unity House team?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He made you second-string pitcher and then stood up for Tommy Lee against you.
Yeah, he's been on Tommy's side ever since he came out for the team.
Okay. We'll take care of him, too.
Take care of him? What do you mean, Uncle
Now,
Matt?
don't ask questions, Chuck. Go in and eat your supper. And you and I are going someplace.
Yeah? Where?
To a place where no boy has ever been before. A meeting of real Americans who know how to take care of these Tommy Lees and others like them. Now, go ahead and eat your supper. And look, don't say anything to your mother, because this is going to be a secret meeting. Now, hurry. We've got important work to do tonight.
Strangely uneasy, Chuck Riggs looks up at the tall, powerful figure of his uncle, whose eyes blaze with an evil fire the boy has never noticed in them before. What is the secret meeting to which Matt Riggs is taking the boy? What is behind his insistence that Tommy Lee had purposely beamed Chuck? Evil, subversive forces are set to work against Jim Olsen and Tommy Lee tomorrow. So don't miss the next episode in our thrilling new story, fellows and girls. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Say, your dog's as good as any champ, isn't he? So see that he gets Kellogg's Grow Pup dog food like lots of champion dogs do. Mix Grow Pup in with his table scraps of meat and fat, and it'll give him lots of muscle, help keep him husky and strong. He can take his pick of 3 different kinds of Grow Pup, too. There's Grow Pup Ribbon, Grow Pup Meal, and Grow Pup Pellets. They're all just full of wonderful, meaty flavor. Ask your mother to get Grow Pup today. It's good for champs, good for your dog, too. Remember, that's Kellogg's Grow Pup, and be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
And now, faster than a speeding bullet, Condensed Bat-Supe proudly presents Chapter 2 of The Clan of the Fiery Cross, which was originally broadcast on June 11th, 1946.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, the accident on the Unity House baseball field has far-reaching consequences as Chuck Riggs, under instructions from his uncle, attends a strange and secret meeting.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. You know, this week's Pep Dish of the Week is sure hitting a lot of home runs for a lot of appetites. Makes breakfast a big league affair. It's a strawberry doubleheader, right in tune with the times and your taste. Here's the idea. You put half your regular serving of Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, in the bottom of your bowl. Then a juicy layer of crushed fresh strawberries. Finish off with more Pep and a few plump berries that you've saved out. Add milk and sugar and pitch into your strawberry doubleheader. What a team. Fine ripe berries sandwiched between layers of Kellogg's Pep. A pennant winner, believe me, because Pep is crisp and tender and light. Pep is loaded with that sparkling sunshine flavor that gives your appetite the old come on. Why, Kellogg's Pep always tastes so terrific, you don't waste any time finishing off every spoonful in your bowl. Now, that helps avoid wasting cereal, you know, which is particularly important these days when the cereal grains are being sent to fellows and girls all around the world. So, gang, when Mom brings Kellogg's Pep home from the grocer's, keep this in mind. It's easy, and it's important nowadays to eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Bad feeling between 2 boys on the Unity House baseball team has resulted in a threat of serious trouble for manager Jimmy Olsen and young Tommy Lee. Jealous because Tommy had supplanted him as number 1 pitcher, a boy named Chuck Riggs heckled him in batting practice, and when crowding the plate, was accidentally struck in the head. That evening, Chuck told his Uncle Matt what had happened, and was surprised to hear his uncle insist that Tommy had beamed him deliberately. Playing on the boy's bitterness, Matt Riggs coached him in what he was to say at a certain secret meeting that night. And as we continue now, Matt is driving his nephew high into the dark, wooded hills above Metropolis. Listen.
Look, where are we going, Uncle Matt?
I told you, to a secret meeting.
What kind of a meeting?
You'll find out when we get there. But remember, you're not to breathe a word of what you see or hear to anyone. Not to anyone, do you understand?
Yeah, sure, but what's
all right, now don't ask any more questions. This is important to me, so remember, Chuck. That boy, Tommy Lee, deliberately beamed you today. He wanted to kill you.
Gee, I don't know, Uncle Matt. It might have been an accident. You know, I was crowding the plate.
Would you get that stuff out of your head? It wasn't an accident. He did it on purpose. He was afraid you'd win back your position on the team, so he wanted to get you out of the way, don't you see?
You really think he did?
I know he did. Now, remember what I told you. Answer all my questions correctly, and we'll fix him plenty good.
Carefully drilling his nephew to make him believe the false version of the baseball accident, Matt Riggs drives to the top of a hill, then turns down a rutted, weed-grown road which winds between the trees. Suddenly, they come into an opening, and as the car stops, Chuck gasps at the strange scene before him. In a glade, casting weird shadows over the nearby hills and lighting the sky above, burns a huge wooden cross. Before it kneel 100 men clothed in long robes. Pointed hoods, slit only at the eyes, cover their heads and faces, and a low guttural chant issues harshly from their hidden lips, sending an uneasy chill through Chuck's blood. While the boy looks about him at the fearsome sight, Matt Riggs dons a robe and hood on which a pale blue scorpion is embroidered. Then, followed by Chuck, he approaches the kneeling hooded band, a strangely barbaric company in the dancing light of the flaming cross.
Gosh, who are all these guys, Uncle Matt? And why are you wearing the sheets and hoods?
We're the clan of the Fiery Cross, Chuck.
The clan of the Fiery Cross?
Right. We're a great secret society pledged to purify America. America for 100% Americans only. One race, one religion, one color.
I don't get it. America's got all kinds of religions and colors.
When we get through, there'll only be one.
Only one? But the Constitution says all Americans have the same rights and privileges.
Constitution. We'll change that. Now be quiet. Be quiet until I call on you.
Attention, brothers. All hail the Grand Scorpion.
Brothers, in the clan of the Fiery Cross, supreme authority vested by me as Grand Scorpion, I hereby call this secret session open. Arise now, and by the light of the flaming symbol of our creed, make the sign of fealty to our sacred vows.
Rising to their feet, the robed and hooded figures solemnly place their right hands over their hearts, and crossing the first two fingers of their left hands, extend them toward the burning wooden cross. As under their breaths, they repeat the anti-democratic oath of the clan.
Brothers, as your leader, I felt it my duty to call this special secret meeting tonight because of something of terrific importance to all of us that took place today. Something proving that our sworn enemies have risen against us. That they have already struck the first blow and are preparing to strike more blows at real Americans through our children. Here beside me stands a fatherless American boy who is today the first victim of our sworn enemies. Today an attempt was made by vermin, filthy scum, who have moved into our community on the life of this American boy. Now wait, brothers, wait and listen. I want you to hear this terrible story from this unfortunate young victim's own lips. Okay, Chick. Now you tell him the story, and tell it just the way I told you to. Make no mistakes, you understand?
Well, I used to be the pitcher on the Unity House baseball team, and I was fired from that position when a new guy joined up.
Yeah.
And
tell us about this boy, Chuck. Is he like us Americans?
No, sir.
Could he ever be like us Americans?
No, sir.
Are his family Americans?
Well, they're citizens, but...
Yeah, answer the question. Are they good 100% Americans?
No, sir.
No. Now go on with your story. What happened today?
Well, we had team practice today, and I was up at bat. This kid was pitching, and he deliberately threw a fast ball and beamed me.
Tell us how you know this attempt to kill you with a pitched ball was deliberate, Chuck.
Well, he said he'd get me because he wanted to make sure he'd keep the pitching spot,
And what else?
And because when he won the boys' league championship game, why, it'd give his kind of people a sort of weapon to use against American folks like us.
Good work, Chuck. It did swell. Well, did you hear that, brothers in the clan? That young whelp who is not a true American, who can never be a true American, tried to kill this fatherless American boy. And why? Because he has been schooled by his kind and their foreign sympathizers to strike against our plans for a pure, clean America. An American free from mixed races, mixed colors, and mixed religions. Are we going to stand idly by and see this scum weasel their way into our neighborhoods and our jobs? Are we going to stand by and watch their striking at our children and yours and mine? No, indeed. We strike back, and the time is now. So get set for action. The fiery cross burns tonight.
His heart hammering with fear, Chuck Riggs begins to feel the icy fingers of doubt creeping up his spine as he watches the fanatical fury aroused in the hooded men by his Uncle Matt against what he knows to be a family innocent of offense. But he is powerless to stop the frenzied clan's first act of blood-chilling violence, scheduled to take place that night. The following morning, Jim Olsen is alone in the Unity House locker room when Tommy Lee enters, his face wan and drawn.
Oh, hiya, Tommy. You're late for practice. Hurry up and get into your uniform.
No, Jim. I'm quitting the team.
What? Oh, now look, Tommy. You can't do this to us. Why, we need you. Why, your pitching is the mainstay of the team. We'd fall apart without you.
It's swell of you to say that.
Oh, I mean it. Gotta have you for today's game. It's the playoff in the semifinals.
Well, look, you know I'm not just doing this to let you and the other fellas down. It's just that... Well, I guess I might as well tell you. Last night, a burning cross was planted on our front lawn by a bunch of men wearing hoods and gowns.
What?
You know what that means to my family, don't you?
Sheepers. That sounds like the Fiery Cross Clan. But why you and your family?
If you don't know, Jim, I can't tell you.
I know how I can find out. Look, you go home and sit tight, Tommy. I'm going to see Mr. Kent and tell him about this. And right away. I'll see you later.
Worried at the thought of losing his star pitcher and puzzled by Tommy's startling story, Jim Olsen rushes off to seek the aid of Clark Kent. What is behind this un-American threat to personal freedom and safety? We'll know more in a moment, so stand by for the startling climax of today's episode.
Say there, what's the lowdown on breakfast at your house? Do you eat the solid sort of meal that helps start your day in high? Well, here's the dope about a breakfast dish that'll tease your appetite so you'll want to eat hearty. It's Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal, as terrific a treat as you'd ever hope to taste. Now, that Sunshine business is no fooling, you know. Pep fairly sparkles with sunny, golden toasted flavor. It even looks sunny and golden in the dish. And when you start to spoon it up, what a come-on you get. Your appetite sure wakes up smiling. Yes, sir, you can latch onto those crisp, tender flakes of Kellogg's Pep. And you get the good out of Pep's hearty whole wheat nourishment plus. So eat it all up, gang. Polish off your morning dish of Kellogg's Pep clean as a whistle. Because that's one way to keep from wasting it. And waste is particularly bad nowadays when we're sending the cereal grains to help give good nourishment to fellows and girls overseas. Think of that when Mom brings Kellogg's Pep home from the grocer's. Handle the package carefully if you pour your own Pep. And say, keep an eye on your younger brothers and sisters, too. You're on the beam if you eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
Alarmed when his star pitcher, Tommy Lee, told him he must quit the team because of a flaming cross, the terrifying warning symbol of the Fiery Cross Clan that was placed on the Lee lawn last night, Jim Olsen rushed to the Daily Planet, where we find him now discussing the outrageous incident with Clark Kent.
I didn't know the Fiery Cross Clan was even organized in Metropolis, Mr. Kent.
Neither did I, Jim. This is very bad news.
And how? Another thing that gets me is why they're picking on Tommy Lee and his family.
Who are the Lees, Jim? Would I know them?
I don't know, but I think you'd know about Tommy's father.
Huh?
He's the man who was just appointed city bacteriologist.
Oh, he is, eh?
Uh-huh. Do you know him?
No, I don't, but I know now at least one reason why they've been singled out by that hooded mob.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I also know that they're in danger, Jim. Very great danger.
Why? What did they do to...
Oh, it isn't what they've done, it's what they are. Do you know where they live?
Sure, but gee whiz, Mr. Kent, why...
Come on. I'll answer your questions on the way, Jim. We've got to put a stop to this sort of thing before it goes any further. But before we do anything, we're going to have a talk with Tommy Lee. Let's go.
Unaware that he, too, has been marked for the future vengeance of the hooded band by its leader, Matt Riggs, Jim Olsen hurries out after Clark Kent, still puzzled by the reason for the un-American attack on Tommy Lee's family. Why are these people the object of the vicious secret band's fanatical hatred? And what will happen to the Lees and to Jim Olsen if this grim, cowardly warning of intolerance is ignored? Tomorrow's episode is tense and exciting as Superman begins a fight against the most dangerous enemies to personal freedom and democracy in America. Tune in, same time, same station. Don't miss it.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal. Say, kids, if you're training your dog, try rewarding him for good behavior with Kellogg's Grow Pup. There's the dog food that makes a hit with dogs right from the word go. Gives them swell, meaty flavor, and gives them 3 different kinds to pick from. Grow Pup Ribbon, Grow Pup Meal, and Grow Pup Pellets. All full of what it takes to help keep a dog right on the beam, to help build strong bones and teeth and muscles. That's why lots of champs feed on Grow Pup. So ask Mother to get Kellogg's Grow Pup for your dog today. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
It's time for a Condensed Bat-Supe extra helping, because heroes are never Nazis. In this extra helping, Special Agent Jim Taylor finds himself on the trail of a cadre of Nazi saboteurs in an intriguing episode of This Is Your FBI, originally broadcast on March 30th, 1951.
The Equitable Life Assurance Society presents This Is Your FBI. This is Your FBI, the official broadcast from the files of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Presented transcribed as a public service by the Equitable Life Assurance Society of the United States and the Equitable Society's representative in your community. A shrewd psychologist who has had contacts with numerous leaders of American business once remarked, "Success and self-confidence go hand in hand. Men who have a strong conviction that they're going to succeed are the ones that rise to the top in every field." For people of this type, people who have this feeling of certainty about themselves, the Equitable Life Assurance Society has created its famous life insurance plan for men and women on the way up. Do those words describe you? Then you'll be interested in about 11 minutes when I give full details of the Equitable plan for men and women on the way up. Tonight, the subject of our FBI file, espionage. Its title, The Saboteurs.
The FBI file chosen for tonight concerns a case which goes back to World War II. By presidential order 2 years before Pearl Harbor, the Federal Bureau of Investigation was named the official clearinghouse for all reports of suspected sabotage and espionage. In one single day during the conflict, over 2,500 such reports were received. Each one of them had to be checked separately. Tonight's case will serve to remind you that special agents of the FBI have now had vast experience combating all the tricks and stratagems of spies, traitors, and saboteurs. In the present emergency, whether it be enemy agents from without or fifth columnists from within, you may be sure that your FBI is ready. Tonight's file opens just off the Atlantic coast late one night during the war. A small crescent moon throws a dim light on the ocean. Just enough so 4 men in a small rubber boat can see where they're going. Enough light, too, so those not rowing can wave farewell to the U-boat they have just left. Admiral Dönitz has carried out his assignment. He has brought 4 saboteurs to this country. The rest is up to them. Now the rubber boat reaches the shore. 4 men jump out, and sailors from the U-boat return to the submarine. On the beach, the men take shovels and dig. In a few minutes, enough of a hole has been made. The equipment the saboteurs have brought is buried. That job finished, the leader of the group gathers them together and says,
"Also los, Leute. Ihr habt eure Instruktionen. Führt sie aus."
Those words began the careers of 4 Nazi saboteurs in the United States, and the biggest manhunt in the history of your FBI. Later, as dawn was breaking over the ocean, Other men were busy on that same sandy stretch of beach. Coast Guardsmen, local defense authorities, police, and FBI personnel. As Special Agent Jim Taylor made his way toward a group of busy men, he met Agent Paul Austin.
Hello, Paul.
Oh, hi, Jim. You on this thing, too?
Yeah, the office told me to check with you. What's up?
Some Nazis have made a landing.
Oh, when?
Around midnight.
What's everybody huddled over there for?
We uncovered the cache where they buried their equipment.
Oh.
They came well prepared. So far, we've come up with $40,000 in cash, some guns, high explosives, bombs, cameras, detonators, and timing devices.
Oh, that's quite a load.
And if they buried this much, no telling what they carried away with them.
Paul, how many came ashore?
Well, we're not sure, Jim. They were only spotted by one person.
He get close enough to give us any description?
Yeah, he went over our files at the office and picked out the picture of somebody named Otto Miller.
Miller?
He was in Bund activities here before the war. 2 years ago, he went back to Germany.
Oh.
We've got full information on him.
How about that picture you mentioned?
The office has copies on the way by messenger.
Fine. Well, the minute we get them, let's check these houses along the beach.
The following afternoon at the nearby FBI field office, Agent in Charge Walker is at his desk when...
You send for me, Mr. Walker?
Yes, come in, Taylor.
Thank you. Still nothing to report on the saboteurs, sir.
Didn't anyone see them leaving the beach area?
No, sir, and we haven't picked up the beginning of a trail on Otto Miller.
You finished checking hotels yet?
Yes, sir, an hour ago. We're still working on rooming houses and furnished apartments.
Among the things we found buried on the beach was a handkerchief. I sent for you because the lab just sent through a report on it.
Oh?
These names and addresses showed up when the handkerchief was put under ultraviolet.
All right, sir, I'll check our files.
Well, that's been done. They're all Nazi sympathizers. Put them under surveillance.
No questioning?
No, we only want them watched now. We're hoping they'll be contacted by the saboteurs.
Mr. Walker, we don't know what any of them looks like.
That's why we've got to find Otto Miller.
Well, let's see. Miller's file shows that he frequented this German beer garden that's here on the list, but...
Pardon me, Taylor.
Certainly, sir.
Walker. You have? Fine. Yes, right now. Thanks. Miller's been located.
Where?
In a rooming house at 83 Hudson Street, using the name Mitchell. Get right over there.
Come in. Oh, I thought it was...
Mr. Miller?
I'm afraid you've made a mistake. My name is Mitchell.
Mine's Taylor. I'm a special agent of the FBI. Here are my credentials.
What can I do for you?
You could give me some information?
Anything I can do, I'll do.
Fine. I'd like to learn something of your activities.
Such as?
Where you were before you moved here?
I lived in the country for 2 years. You see, I've been sick. Now I'm well, and I've come back to find work.
No? You know, for someone who's been sick, you don't take very good care of yourself.
What do you mean?
Going for midnight walks along the beach after that storm we had here yesterday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your picture was identified as having been at Crest Harbor last night.
You're mistaken, sir.
We found the equipment you buried. Now, why not just tell us the story?
I repeat, you're mistaken, sir.
You just sent a suit out to be cleaned?
Yes, that's right.
Well, I took the liberty of examining it. There was sand in the cuffs.
That's not possible. It's a new suit. I bought it yesterday.
Oh, where?
In a store on Broadway. Look, do you think I'm a Nazi?
I think you came ashore last night from a U-boat.
But I
just mentioned a big storm here yesterday. You didn't contradict me. There was no storm. You say you haven't been near the beach, but I find sand in your pants cuffs. You also told me you bought the suit yesterday.
I did?
Well, that's impossible. As a wartime measure, they don't make pants with cuffs anymore. Now, let's go back and start over, Miller, and this time I want the names of the men who landed with you. Here's the pet shop, Paul.
Should we move in?
Yeah.
Jim, there's Cowlitz, in back by the parakeets.
Yeah. Don't move, Cowlitz. You're under arrest.
Mannheim's not showing today, Jim.
Well, stay here, will you? I'll go call the office.
Maybe they picked up Galitzin at the beer hall.
Okay, I'll check it. Wait a minute. There he is.
Yeah, I see him.
Get the warrant ready. All right, Mannheim, you're under arrest. There's Gulletson.
At the bar?
No, he just came in the back door. Come on, Paul. This means we've got all four of them.
Have a chair, Taylor.
Thank you, sir.
Where's Austin?
He's finishing the report.
I just wanted you both to know the director sent through a note commending every agent who's been working on the saboteur case.
Well, thank you, sir. How are you doing with Miller?
He's still talking. We're putting his entire statement in writing for his signature.
There's one thing we never did find.
What's that?
The objective they had.
Well, there was more than one. Miller gave me the list. They were headed for the TVA project, all plants of Aluminum Corporation of America. Oh, wait a minute. I've got the list here on my desk. The Cryolite plant at Philadelphia, the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad, the Pennsylvania Railroad Depot at Newark, the Hellgate Bridge, the Ohio River locks between Cincinnati and St. Louis, and the horseshoe curve of the Pennsylvania Railroad at Altoona.
That's quite a schedule.
If they had any spare time, they were also to place time bombs in railroad lockers and crowded department stores.
Just to keep in practice?
Yes. What were you taking off when this broke?
The auto ring case, sir.
Austin, too?
That's right, sir.
All right. When the report on this one's finished, you can both go back to work and... Pardon me, Taylor.
Sure.
Walker. That's right. He did? Have you asked him where? I see. Yes, I'll be here. Right. Never mind the auto ring, Taylor. You're still on saboteurs.
Another case break?
The same one.
But we caught all four, sir.
Otto Miller just talked again. There's another U-boat on the way.
We will return shortly to tonight's case from the official files of your FBI. Now, for a moment, let's consider an entirely different type of case. The case of Jimmy Blake, a young man with a lot of dreams that are coming true one by one. In the Army, he dreamed of opening a grocery store. When he got out, he did just that. Sure, it was small, but Jimmy nourished it with good, hard work. And why, only last week, Jimmy made arrangements to double the size of his store. You're really going places, aren't you, Jimmy?
I sure hope my luck lasts.
A couple of years ago, Jimmy and his Equitable Society representative went into a huddle about a special life insurance plan for folks like Jimmy. It's known as the Equitable Plan for Men and Women on the Way Up, and it's made to order for people of all ages who have that hunger to keep on bettering themselves, who aren't satisfied standing still. This plan is different from most insurance plans. It's flexible. It grows as you grow. It keeps pace with your increased earnings. It's geared not only for today, but for all of your successful tomorrows. Right, Jimmy?
Sure is. Why, last year when the wife and I looked over things, we found I was taking in lots more money. And we agreed to take advantage of that handy option in my Equitable Plan and step up to a higher insurance bracket.
And there's another big advantage to this Equitable Plan. While you're waiting for your salary to go up, the cost of this plan can be kept exceptionally low. Yet your family gets the life insurance protection you need.
That was mighty important to me when I was earning less. With this plan, I didn't have to make sacrifices to have enough insurance.
A lot of you people out there and Jimmy have one big thing in common. You not only want to get ahead, but you expect to get ahead. So ask your Equitable Society representative for full details of the Equitable Plan for Men and Women on the Way Up. Or send a postcard, care of this station, to the Equitable Society.
That's EQUITABLE.
The Equitable Life Assurance Society of the United States. And now back to the FBI file, The Saboteurs.
Tonight's program inevitably brings up one question. If this nation should again become engaged in all-out war, are we now better prepared to cope with spies and saboteurs? The answer is yes. Industrial plants have not forgotten how to apply the protective measures they learned in World War II. And throughout the past 5 years of uneasy peace, your FBI has never for one moment let down its guard. has never ceased to take every possible precaution against the enemy within our gates. In today's emergency, the men of your FBI again call on you, the people, to give your full cooperation, to help make America spy-proof and sabotage-proof. If the nature of your work means that you possess any secret or vital information, keep it to yourself. If you work in a defense plant, don't talk about your job in public places. If you see or hear anything suspicious, don't try to investigate it yourself. Check page 1 of your phone book for the number, then call the nearest field office of your FBI. Tonight's file continues in Agent in Charge Walker's office as he and Special Agent Taylor re-interview saboteur Otto Miller.
Miller, you say the other U-boat is due to land any day?
They could be here already.
But you don't know where they're hitting the coastline?
No.
How many are there in this group?
4 men.
But you can only identify 3.
Yes.
Mr. Walker, suppose I lay out our pictures again for you?
All right, Taylor.
Excuse me. There you are, Miller.
This one, I'm sure, is with them. Grove, they call him.
We've got his name as Leopold Green, sir.
And he, I know, was along. Dudley.
That's Wilmar Dunklin.
And Bell here.
He's in our files as Herman Bergen, Mr. Walker.
Oh, Miller, take a look at these group shots. See if the 4th man is there.
Very well. Say, this is the man, this one.
With the mustache?
Yes.
What name did he use?
Webster.
What job did he have?
He was a leader like me.
According to the note on back of this picture, we've got no file on the man. Is Webster's real name?
I never knew.
Mr. Walker?
Yes?
They gave Miller here the name Mitchell as an alias. They changed Green's name to Grove, Dunklin to Dudley, Bergen to Bell. The first 2 letters always remain the same. Now, if you stayed with that system, Webster's real name might begin with W.E.
Miller, does that give you any idea?
W.E. No, I still don't know.
Taylor, get out our phone books. Read names starting with W.E. You stop him, Miller, if he hits the right one.
Was his name Weeks?
No.
Weirden?
No.
Weatherby?
More German.
Weber?
No.
Weil?
It's no use, Mr.
Let's keep
Taylor.
going, Miller. If it's not in this book, we'll try the next. Webley?
No.
Wexler?
Wexler. Wait.
Is that it?
No, it's not.
All right, let's get back to the list. Wedberg?
No.
Weiss?
No.
Wetzel?
Wetzel. That's it, Mr. Taylor. That's his name.
After learning the names of the new group of potential saboteurs, the entire facilities of the FBI were mobilized for the most extensive manhunt it ever conducted. It was learned that the second submarine had landed men in Jacksonville, Florida, several days after receiving this information in Agent Walker's office.
Taylor, we just got a teletype. 2 of the new group have been apprehended.
Which one, sir?
Herman Bergen and Leopold Green.
Well, that's 2 down, 2 to go.
You gotten any lead on Wilmer Dunklin?
No, sir.
What about Wetzel?
Well, I just heard from Washington. They have no record on anyone named Wetzel being a Nazi sympathizer.
Sir, oh, pardon me.
Certainly, sir.
Walker. Yes, this is the agent in charge. That's right. What name did you say? I see. Yes, I'll be here. Goodbye. You don't have to search for Wilmer Dunklin. That was he on the phone.
What?
He called to find out if he could come in and see me.
Why?
He says he's got something to talk to me about.
I'll say he has.
He'll be here in half an hour. Go to Jenkins' desk and stay close to the intercom. I'll call you later. Good afternoon, Mr. Dunklin. What can I do for you?
I have a matter to straighten out.
All right.
I returned to the city yesterday, and when I called the rooming house where I used to live, the landlady said an FBI agent had been to see me. He wanted to know why I didn't report for my draft board examination.
Yes, Mr. Dunklin, we check on those things.
I'm not a draft dodger.
The law says you must notify the draft board of any change of address.
Oh, I thought that only meant if you moved someplace in this country.
Have you been away?
Yes, to Mexico.
Uh-huh. What made you come back?
I got a letter last month from a friend who lives here. He's starting a garage. He wants me to work for him.
I see.
He doesn't want to give me the job, though, till he sees my card from the draft board. They said to see you before they'd give me a card.
Well, what is the number of your draft board?
28.
I'll notify them immediately that you contacted us. Anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you, Mr. Walker. Thank you very much.
Yes, Mr. Walker. Dunklin's just leaving my office, Taylor. I want you and Austin to keep him under 24-hour watch.
No luck yet, Mr. Walker.
Has Dunklin shown any sign of getting in touch with Wetzel?
Well, I'm not sure, sir. At 8:55 last night, he took a cab to the railroad station. He asked the information clerk what time the next train was due in from Florida.
That's where the other saboteurs landed.
Yes, sir, I know. But if he went there to meet Wetzel, he was disappointed. After the train unloaded, he left alone.
Where'd he go?
Back to his room.
Maybe he called Wetzel from there.
Yeah, he's got no phone in his room, sir. There's a pay station in the hall, but he didn't use that.
Taylor, we've got to find Wetzel. He's the leader. He can operate alone.
Well, do you want us to arrest Dunklin and question him?
Does he suspect he's under surveillance?
Well, sir, he hasn't given any indication of it.
Then let him go anywhere he pleases, as long as you two are watching him.
Paul, if we have to follow Dunklin into another movie today, I'm going to... Uh-oh. Boy, I thought he was going to make a break for that bus.
Yeah. Jim, do you suppose there's anything behind all this movie going?
No, I doubt it.
It's cutting down 48th Street.
Yeah, come on, we better move up a little. He's looking at his watch an awful lot, isn't he?
Sure is.
You know, maybe he's got a date.
There he goes into that bar.
That's no Nazi hangout.
You know the place?
Yeah, by reputation.
Shall we go in together?
Sure, come on. Go ahead, Paul.
All right.
Dunklin's getting some change. Heading for the phone booth.
There's no door on that phone booth.
Yeah, I see. Look, there's a cigarette machine beside. Let's get down there.
You got a dime on you, Jim?
I think so. Let's see.
Hello? Is Mr. Wetzel there?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
What's that? Thanks. No message.
Well, Paul, Wetzel's in town, or due.
Yeah. Dunklin's stopping at the bar.
Yeah. Grab your cigarettes. We'll pick him up again outside. Paul, how many calls has he made?
Yesterday and today?
Yeah.
Oh, at least 15.
Looking at his watch again.
He's due. It's been about an hour and a half between calls.
If we could only learn where he's calling Wetzel. I'd like to get the booth next to him when he calls again.
There he goes, into that restaurant.
Let's stay on his heels, huh? When we get inside, I'll head straight for the phones.
Check.
Go ahead.
Stop for a drink of water.
Yeah, look, all 3 phone booths are empty. I'll get down there ahead of him.
Go ahead, I'll wait here.
Mr. Wetzel, please. Thank you. Wetzel? This is Dunklin. I've been calling for 3 days. I can't. We mustn't see each other for a long time. No. Don't get in touch with me. I'll contact you. Goodbye.
Paul.
Did you call Wetzel again?
Yeah, this time he talked to him. Now, don't turn around. He just sat down at a table behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. He's looking at the menu, so I guess he'll eat. Stay by this booth and keep an eye on him. I'll be back as quick as I can.
Back so soon, Jim?
Yeah, I just went to the corner to call the office.
Why didn't you call from here?
I didn't want to take a chance on Dunklin coming back and overhearing me.
Yeah.
I told the SAC about his calling Wetzel at bridge 31425.
How did you get the number?
Counting the clicks each time he dialed.
Oh, yeah, good. Where is that bridge number?
The office is checking now.
Let's hope it works.
I will know pretty soon. Oh, I gave the office the number in this booth there.
Dunklin's ordered the full dinner. He's only on the soup, so we got some time.
Good. We might need it.
Any new instructions on arresting him?
No.
I got it, Jim.
Okay.
Hello? Yes, it is. Oh, you have? Good. Right here in front of me. All right, thanks. That thing worked, Jim. Number turned out to be a rooming house. Wetzel's on his way to the county jail.
Fine. Come on, Paul. Mr. Dunklin?
Yes? But I don't know you.
We know you. Here's a warrant with your name on it. You're under arrest.
All of the saboteurs were tried before a military commission and convicted. One received life imprisonment, one 30 years imprisonment in a federal penitentiary, and the other 6 were executed. And thus the Federal Bureau of Investigation faced and met its greatest wartime challenge. The abysmal failure of the first attempts to land saboteurs in America caused a change in German plans. From documents captured after the war, it was learned that the Nazi High Command intended to land a group from a U-boat every 6 weeks. Only 2 more were ever dispatched. They landed in Maine in November 1944, and like the men in these first 2 groups, were captured before they had a chance to do any damage. Their utter failure in World War II is a source of gratification, as is the fact that not one single case of enemy-directed sabotage came to light during all those war years. However, your FBI realizes that future saboteurs will not be apprehended by a reputation, but only by the same methods which worked before: hard work, long hours, and most important, citizen cooperation.
Now, back to the Equitable Society's plan for men and women on the way up. Remember, this plan was designed for a very special type of individual. For the man who knows that someday he'll be able to tell his family,
"Kids, the boss gave me a promotion and a nice raise. How do you like that?"
Are you that kind of man? Then ask your Equitable Society representative to work out your own personal plan for a man on the way up. Or send a postcard care of this station to the Equitable Life Assurance Society.
Next week, we will dramatize another case from the files of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Its subject, kidnapping. Its title, The Soybean Shakedown.
The incidents used in tonight's Equitable Life Assurance Society's broadcast are adapted from the files of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. However, all names used are fictitious, and any similarity thereof to the names of places or persons, living or dead, is accidental. Tonight, the music was composed and conducted by Frederick Steiner. The author was Jerry D. Lewis. Your narrator was William Woodson, and Special Agent Taylor was played by Stacey Harris. Others in the cast were Ed Begley, Whitfield Connor, Harold Dryanforth, and Ted Osborne. This Is Your FBI is a Jerry Devine production. This is Larry Keating speaking for the Equitable Life Assurance Society of the United States and the Equitable Society's representative in your community, and inviting you to tune in again next week at this same time when the Equitable Life Assurance Society will bring you another thrilling transcribed story from the files of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Soybean Shakedown on This Is Your FBI. Stay tuned for the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. There is fun for the whole family when Ozzie and Harriet come your way next. This program came to you from Hollywood.
Well, that wraps up this episode of Condensed Bat-Supe, featuring the opening chapters of The Clan of the Fiery Cross from The Adventures of Superman. Thank you for listening. Be sure to tell your friends to subscribe to Bat-Supe on their favorite podcatcher. We can also be found on YouTube and Facebook. We'll see you next time for another exciting edition of Condensed Bat-Supe as we continue with the story of the Clan of the Fiery Cross and bring you another fine extra helping. Until then, up, and away!
Well, friends, I hope you've all had fun with us tonight, and before Ken tells you about next week, I'd like to spend a few serious moments with you, if I may. You know, every time I see a list of men who have been decorated in this war, I think how many different kinds of people it takes to make America. Browns and Selinskys, Cohns and Kellys, Moriello and Mullers. You know, they're all good American names, and I think they each have a message for us. They say we who bear these names have fought together, men of many different races and creeds, brothers in arms. And when this war is over, let all Americans continue to act as brothers. Brothers in peace. That's the purpose of Brotherhood Week, which begins tomorrow, to fight bigotry and intolerance, to promote brotherhood and justice. Those are the ideals which every one of us should support with his whole heart.